Knock knock.
Who was there?
Dishes.
Dishes who?
This is Sean Connery. We don't have it yet. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your favorite podcast named We Don't Have It Yet. We Don't Have It Yet. I am Wyatt. This is Nick. We're coming to you from across the very smoke-filled United States. We got a lot of fun for you this week, I think. Even though we got a short week coming here, I think we're going to have it jam-packed with goodies. Nick went to a baseball game. We got some pretty awesome women's professional baseball league news. A Redditor, of all people, surprisingly, has tried to find a way to keep physical video games alive, and I think we're going to talk about some ice cream. Nick,
Yo!
how are you doing?
I'm well, buddy. What's going on? Short week, you're off to go on vacation again, lucky guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very short, quote-unquote, vacation. Going to be taking the van up north to the Mount Washington area. Going to be doing some tabling for New Hampshire Public Radio on Saturday, so figured I might as well make a long weekend of it. Pack the van up, hit a campground, and hope that the forecast saying it's going to rain all day Saturday and Sunday is wrong.
Yeah, well, it's better than whatever the hell's going on outside from the fires right here right now, I'll tell you that much. Jesus.
Well, but you know what?
Outside.
You know what's nice about it, though?
Yours?
It makes me feel like we're close to each other, because we're both seeing it together.
We sit under the same smoke when we look up at the sky and
we
gaze.
both see the same smoke coming from the same wildfire.
We both can't see the same stars.
We both can't breathe. Isn't that just romantic?
Oh God, it just hit us today, man, and I had a slight experience taking my Sunday camp, and I'll go straight into chump of the week if you want, or I could save it till later. But
if you're fired up, go for it, man.
It's thick out there, and like it's not only the heat and the humidity, but there's just like a yellow haze over everything. It's actually thicker than when I lived in Southern California and we had wildfires near San Diego in 2020, and it was raining ash and things like that. It's pretty bad out there, man. It is not good, and we're in the extreme air quality warning and everything, and don't go outside is basically what it says on the thing. And so I'm taking the boy to camp this morning, and obviously it's going to be an indoors in the gym type day.
Yeah.
But the park / community center where his camp is, day camp is also where the community pool is. And a lot of times in the morning when I'm dropping him off, it's absolutely mobbed there because there's swim meets. Guess what's not happening today? Because, kind of sucks outside.
Are they not swimming today?
Yeah, right? So here are these two poor teenage kids who I guess are the lifeguards for the pool, like standing outside the gates at the roundabout, and every car that pulls up that didn't already assume, they're like, yeah, sorry, not happening today, no meet, it's too dangerous, the air quality, blah, 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 whatever. And then here comes Karen. Well, what the hell am I paying these people for? I mean, God, what's it? Like, as if the weather were plotting just to inconvenience her life, and these two poor teenager kids are the one that made the call to do it to her. Like, as if, what the hell am I supposed to do with my own child? Like, oh, dude.
Aaron?
Yeah, right? I can't understand it. And this strikes me almost as worse, like, the dickheads that were like, they canceled fireworks just because of a mass outbreak of disease? But it's surrounding you. You can't see across the field because there's fucking smoke. And you want your kids breathing this shit in an athletic event, apparently? Like, what are you bitching about?
It makes your lungs work harder, man.
Right?
It makes them strong.
So, I guess you pull Karen this morning. Sorry those teenagers have your kids' interests in best mind, but you're my chump of the week.
And you are my chump of the week.
Chump!
Well, I like seeing you fired up about stuff like that, but I also like seeing you happy, and I believe you and our good friend Wes went and saw some baseball recently.
We did, man. He has season tickets or a season ticket type package, select games package for the
Yep.
Chicago Dogs, and was nice enough to invite me out to a game last week. And it happened to have been Dollar Hot Dog Wednesdays and Dollar Beer
Ooh.
Wednesdays. Yeah, so the team, being the Chicago Dogs, is sponsored by Vienna. So you're going to get a good dog. And,
It's a good hot dog.
Yeah, for $1 a piece, you'd be hard-pressed to do much better, that's for sure. I know you guys, when you and John went to that game out in Oakland, had a...
it still makes me miserable.
You had the all-you-can-eat dogs, but the dogs were shit, kind of
They were
thing.
terrible, man. And John told me he had looked up because we thought I could have sworn it was like a bar-s jumbo dog. And I guess John looked it up and it was actually like a local-made hot dog. And it makes me feel even worse that they were so bad.
Yeah, that sucks. But these were, they were great. Not, full Chicago dogs or anything, but regular ballpark accoutrement. And I went to go get hot dogs and came back and bought 4 because they're $1 a piece. And I was like, I'll have 2 and he can have 2. Well, when I did that, he also went to a different vendor and did the same thing. So we just kind of both sat there and ate 4 hot dogs. And he's like, I think I still got a couple more dogs in me, after a couple innings. And I was like, yeah, I probably do too. I'll make the run. This time I'll get him. And needless to say, bastard, he did the same thing. At no time did we say we're going for the 999 challenge or anything like that. And so we're just putting away dogs. And I ended up eating 8 to his 9 prior to stopping he got ice cream and I got a Slurpee or an icy. But it took a while to get my morning schedule back in order after 8 hot dogs in a sitting. I will say that.
Bound you up, didn't clear you out?
Yeah, there's a lot more white bread in one sitting than I'm usually eating. So, but they were good, man. And I didn't feel disgusting, so I could at least say that. But if I have to do it again, I know I can hit the 9 number. But interestingly, also at the game, and I know that I told you about this, we came walking through the turnstiles and got approached by a member of the stadium events crew. I don't know if this was purely by happenstance or if we're both bigger guys and they thought it would make for a better show, so they kind of clocked us coming through. But this guy comes up and he's like, would you guys like to take part in between inning entertainment out in the outfield? Okay.
Hell yeah, brother.
Give each other the look of like, yeah, sure, what the hell, So we ended up in 2 giant balls between the first and second inning, in right field, running at each other at full speed and impacting. Basically, kind of like the sumo suits, but just like a big ball around you. I was envisioning kind of the Zorb balls that you actually crawl around in and big hamster wheel type thing. But no, I still had legs. I don't know if you saw any of it. Yeah, I think he had found like a very brief clip that was him like elbow dropping me after he'd already knocked me down. But yeah, I took my licks for the public.
People, as you always have been.
Good. Because we told the guys in the merch stand when we came back in, like, yeah, we were just had the guys out there in the suit. He's like, which one of you was red? And I was like, I think that was me. He's like, dude, you took it bad. Because, it's just 2 bouncy balls running into each other at full force kind of thing.
It's physics.
Yep. And it was a lot of fun. Yeah. As I think Wes said, he laid on the kayfabe there on the 3rd time that we had to run into each other and hit me with the elbow drop kind of thing. But I've never done anything like that. That was so totally random. Those things are freaking hot when it's 100 degrees outside. I will say that. I
can imagine.
Yeah, and well, I had also dosed myself prior to leaving, because I like pot, and we're standing there waiting for the inning to end in these suits, just like standing behind the outfield, waiting for them to be able to open the outfield doors, and it kicked in because I was sweating so much. So that was interesting. It kind of made for a next worldly experience as I'm in a giant ball running at full speed at a friend of mine in the middle of a baseball game.
Yeah. I bet you weren't expecting that to happen.
I was not, and yeah, I don't know if I would do it again, but chalk that up and mark that in the done column for the bucket
Yeah,
list. I
I was
suppose.
gonna say that's one off the bucket list right there. You get
Made
to
a huge
perform
ass
at
of
a baseball
yourself
game.
on the jumbotron at baseball game. It was not a busy Wednesday evening game there at the Dogs game, though. Thankfully.
Oh, that's too bad. I was kind of hoping it was a sold out crowd.
Yeah, sold out crowd. Yeah.
Get you on the local news.
No, it was cool, man. I love those. It's an indie league team, obviously. So
Yep.
they really do make an effort to keep the energy up in between innings and things like that. So they're constantly having these things in between innings, and it might be kids dressing up as hot dog, mustard, ketchup, and relish, and racing around the bases or things like that. Just keeping the energy up the whole time. They're trying, is basically what I'm saying. It's cool to see.
Well, hopefully Dimitri Young's not on the team, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, that's good. So no one's gonna get hit with a baseball bat when they're running around in a costume. Gonna guess you don't know that story.
Nope, completely over my head.
Back when Dimitri Young was on the Pirates, I believe he was in Milwaukee, maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's Milwaukee who does the famous sausage races. And there was a sausage running around, and he thought it'd be funny to take his bat and bop the sausage.
Oh,
not knowing
dear.
it was like a teenage girl, I believe, and hit her in the back of the head, and she fell down. And he was super apologetic and thought it was just kind of funny, and ended up being a whole big thing. And
she would have had quite the payday if it happened these days, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What compelled you in that moment to grab your bat and hit that person in the back of the head, sir?
I saw a sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2003, and I was right. It was the Milwaukee Brewers.
So were you under the impression that these are some sort of anthropomorphic real hot dog toppings?
Oh my god! Although am I wrong? I might be. I get all these the really fat baseball players. I think it was actually Randall Simon.
I don't think anybody.
Also, yeah, it was Randall Simon who did it when he was on.
I'll hold it against you for a while.
It's okay, but I had most of it right.
Speaking of sports, Wyatt, I wanted to get into something that has become important to me, and we've talked about it on this show, even though the topic itself means kind of nothing to me for the most part. One of my favorite shows in the world is Dark Side of the Ring, and the new season has started. And Dark Side of the Ring, for anybody that doesn't know, is a Vice show documentary series that talks about all the behind-the-scenes goings-on in the carnival world that is professional wrestling. And most of the stuff that came out of the 80s and 90s is wildly entertaining to me. The first 3 episodes of the new season surrounded Jeff Jarrett and the start of TNA wrestling, which I vaguely remember from, were they on FX or Spike, one of those?
They were on, I think they were on, Spike TV.
One of those dude early 2000s networks. Cable channels, yeah.
They catered to that very much.
There was a lot of stuff I didn't know about, but this took up 3 episodes, and man, it was kind of boring, Wyatt. Is the well running dry, or is that just not a particularly juicy story that some people wanted to hear because they were fans of it, or what?
No, I don't think the well's running dry at all. I think that was, I don't know if they were just doing Jeff Jarrett a favor or something. I mean, he's not really a person that needs a 3-part episode.
I mean, one of the it's wrong that I enjoy it, but one of the joys that I find in the show is watching these guys shoot themselves in the foot and go down a spiral kind of thing because they can't get out of their own way or whatever. And he's not really that story at all. He's this guy that kind of did his own thing, found some success. They had some money troubles. It got taken over by the investors. And when he got forced out of his own company, he spiraled into drinking for a couple of years and then rebuilt himself back up. And it's like, yeah, that's a cool story, but it's not particularly interesting compared to the rest of the shit where, like, the wrestler who has a bear that ate his girlfriend while she was showering. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's only so many
of those of Grizzly Man. Yeah. It wasn't bad. It's just like, I don't know why we needed 3 episodes to tell this story.
I don't know. I mean, I think the last few seasons, let me do a quick check. I guess I was wrong. There's been a couple seasons where they've started them with multi-part episodes. I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
seem to, because it was they did that with Brian Pillman. They did that with
Chris Benoit.
Well, the guy, I would say the Chris Benoit was probably deserving of a second
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been its whole
season. Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of was. It was fine. I don't know. I know that I don't have any better of an impression of the who's the New York story writer guy.
Vince Russo?
Yeah, he definitely sucks, and it certainly didn't improve my opinion of Hulk Hogan in any way whatsoever either. So,
come on, bro.
Bro, you don't tell a proud Italian man what to do, bro. Yeah, that guy sucks.
Yeah, he always has.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm looking at the episodes for this season, and yeah, there aren't really that great. So maybe they are starting to scrape the barrel. I feel like there's still plenty of horror stories to tell in wrestling, but I mean, yeah, this season might be a dud. The one that's coming up next, the Necro Butcher versus Samoa Joe episode, I think you'll enjoy that.
That worries me slightly because I don't love the the dudes bloodying themselves, the Abdullah the Butcher types, if you will.
I think you'll enjoy it just because Samoa Joe's
Foley's great. Mick Foley's great. I dig that dude, and I know he does all the extreme shit. But isn't the Necro Butcher like the ultimate edgelord backyard wrestling type guy?
He's a guy.
Yeah. Okay.
he's known to be pretty crazy, and
fair enough.
Him matched up with Samoa Joe was a powder keg and a lit fuse, so
it won't be boring.
No, it won't be boring. Yeah. It won't be, and it's not 3 parts, so at least it'll be a self-contained story, and you don't have to wait 3 weeks to.
I just like the ones where it's like, one time I decided to see what would happen if I did 16 grams of coke in a single evening, and this is where we went. Like, that shit's hilarious to me. I'm glad that most of them will be able to look back on it being changed, or usually the opposite. If they're not there to talk about it, is because they didn't change. Like Terry Gordy episode. Oh, yeah, fascinating. Yeah. Fascinating. But I'm learning more about your hobby. I'm finding a deep appreciation for things that I never thought I would, Wyatt. So I'm trying to broaden my horizons.
You have to go into wrestling knowing that it's ridiculous and just suspending your belief.
Oh, yeah, and I have no problem
with that. Letting yourself be taken over. And it's once you do that, it's fun.
I enjoy laughing at the old school 80s mantra guys who are still from way back in the day where it's like, gotta keep up this kayfabe stuff. Like, it's in a much better place now where everybody in the audience is on the same page as the performers kind of thing. And isn't that better for the connection?
I think it is. I mean, there's a few guys. There's MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who's in AEW now, who he is an absolute throwback when it comes to kayfabe. Like, he plays a heel and he takes it on the road. He breaks sometimes, like he acts like a somewhat normal person, but he's about as close as you're going to find now to, wrestling is a business and we got to keep it sacred. Although that's not his feelings of it. He's a really good just heel. I think I'll see if I can find an interview or two that he's done so that you can just quickly watch, 5-10 minutes, and he's a fun guy to watch.
Well, you showed me the stuff of like the referee doing the invisible match,
Invisible Man versus Invisible Stand.
If that's not a demonstration of like the crowd being in on it, what is?
That is my favorite example.
Loving it, yeah.
So for anyone that doesn't know,
where did I just see somebody posted on Blue Sky? It was like they had a light bulb, like they break over each other, but it was a match where first person that does break it loses. Yep. So they're just doing all this stuff and wild acrobatics to avoid it over each other, kind of thing. And of course, everybody knows it's all choreographed, but it's great.
Just fun.
It's great.
Fun. Like exactly. If you're like I said, if you suspend your belief and you're there to just have fun and watch these athletic people do crap that you would probably never be able to do in 100 years, even though it's quote unquote fake, it's still amazing. There's a small promotion called Mystery Wrestling, I believe, which is run by Evil Uno, who is a professional wrestler that works in AEW. And they do some of the most ridiculous stuff, and people absolutely go apeshit for it. They had a 24-hour match earlier this year. You know
That
how
sounds fun.
crazy that is?
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of stuff that they do, and it's just they'll have just these ridiculous wrestlers, and the same thing. They don't usually announce what they're going to do. They'll announce where they're going to have the event, which it usually takes place in Canada. You buy the tickets, and you have people that you don't know. Like there are some names there that will show up that you don't know is going to be there, and you just go and have fun. And that stuff, that's what I love about wrestling, is just the the weirdness of it. I don't
Oh,
know.
I dig
It's
it. I love stuff like that where it's like, this is my tribe and these are my people sort of thing, but everybody's on the same page. I'm not trying to upset anybody out there listening with my ignorance about wrestling or any of it, but I think just getting rid of some of the self-seriousness that used to be there, maybe,
no,
surrounding
and
everything.
there are some people that are wrestling historians that don't so much enjoy the fun of wrestling and likes more of the old school mentality. And I guess there's some room for that, but there also needs to be room for growth. And it, the fun stuff has brought in a whole new subset of wrestling fan.
Yeah, good. And that speaks to why there should be competition. If you don't like apple juice, we got orange over here. That's the way it should be. But I guess, well, is AEW part of WWE now? I don't. This is how little I know.
They are not. No, they are two different promotions. And if you ask any WWE fan, that AEW is not competition for WWE. They are just the pissant that is there to be beaten on.
Don't they have cross promotions and stuff? Like,
God, no. Not,
okay.
not,
I just get trickled of bits and pieces and put them together in my brain. So I don't
TNA and WWE work together.
Right, that I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's, I believe, AAA, which is a Mexican wrestling promotion, also works with WWE. AEW works with a couple of the Japanese promotions, and also, I think, oh gosh, I can't remember the Mexican promotion they work with. But yes, there are some WWE and AEW do cross promotional work, but not together. Like they do not. They are rival federations, I suppose.
The one thing I did think was interesting in the TNA episode was them talking about where it really went off the rails was when the chick Dixie that took it over with Daddy's money. Dixie Carter, yeah, decided after they got rid of Jeff Jarrett that they were going to, I think Bischoff even suggested it maybe, that they were going to take on WWE Monday Night Raw again, because that's what worked for Monday Nitro with WCW. And, of course, that blew up in their faces horrendously. It's like you went from having a piece of the wrestling audience that, you could have because they weren't watching this other thing to being a flea on the dog's back and making yourselves look completely ridiculous by trying to stand up and be comparative to that level of production, money, everything, stardom, all that stuff.
Yeah, the big thing that WCW had when they went up against WWF at the time was that they decided to make Nitro live, where both Nitro and Raw used to be taped. And as soon as they went live, that's when they started taking off, because one, the people at WCW knew what was going to happen in WWF because it was taped before, so they could spoil stuff on that. Like that was a thing that I don't think you're ever going to see happen again. AEW's not going to be up to the WWE viewership, and I don't think it needs to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they don't want to be either. Maybe they're perfectly content just having their little slice of the pie and being profitable. If they are.
So what they say is, AEW is quote unquote for the sickos. It's for the people that really enjoy wrestling. WWE is more, I guess I would say, storytelling. If you watch an episode of Raw or SmackDown, there you get 2 to 4 matches maybe in 2 or 3 hours. Whereas AEW does about twice the amount of matches. It's more about the wrestling than the Hollywood building around your story, I suppose.
Well,
not
that's
to say that
the whole
storytelling,
but yeah, that's what they got into with the Vince Russo guy with the TNA stuff. Is we're having an hour-long TV show with 2 matches, and meanwhile you're focusing on a little person in a trash can beaten off. What in God's name are we doing? He's like, bro, it's a television show, not a house wrestling show, bro.
Yeah, this is what
I
people
found
want
that
to
all
see.
very funny. It's like you're just trying to sell people on garbage. You know it's garbage.
He does. He got. We don't need to spend a whole lot more time on this, but he got lucky getting in the business the way he did, and he hung on for a lot freaking longer than he should have.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hilarious. What's hilarious and compelling to me at the same time, and I'll leave it at this, is ego. I mean, just watch how all these people
Oh yeah.
let it consume them.
Yep.
And that guy, the sinister minister, said it best. He was describing the industry in this episode. He's like, they're all carnies. That's all
Absolutely.
it is.
That's what wrestling is. That's why wrestling fans are called marks. That came from a carny term.
Oh, of course.
Marks at the like that's there's a whole lot of carny in wrestling. That's what wrestling is.
And who would have thought it would grow into something so much bigger? We don't need to go into that. Wyatt, you wanted to talk about baseball today.
No, I do love baseball. I know we talked a few months back about the Women's Pro Baseball League and how they're going to be starting their first season out by you, actually, which I was really hoping I might be able to make it out there this year to see a game because they're going to be playing at Robin Roberts Fields, and I cannot remember where because
Rockford.
I got it. No, that's where the Women's World Cup, Baseball World Cup.
My fault. Well, and where the Peaches played
Springfield.
from
Springfield.
League of Their Own. Oh, Springfield.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, capital of the state.
Exactly. Yeah. Of course, I couldn't remember that one. But yeah, so this past week, it might have been 2 weeks ago. No, it was just last week. They finally announced their 4 team names. So originally, there's 4 teams. There's New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Boston, and they were just known as WPBL Boston, WPBL Los Angeles, etc., etc.
Sound like AM radio stations.
Yeah. So people were wondering, at some point, are they going to have team names? Is it like that? I guess, lends some legitimacy to your whole operation if you start building an identity around, what you're doing.
Yeah, give, people something to grab onto to be a fan of.
Yeah, and I have to say, they came out swinging. They had Sarah Spain from ESPNW did a narration of a video of announcing the team names and everything, and dude, they nailed the release for these. So you've got the New York Heights, you've got the San Francisco Firebells, you've got the Los Angeles Queens, and you've got the Boston Hunters. And on the nose, I think those are great names to begin with. Like, I enjoy those names. I know some people, when they were announced, were a little like, I don't know, Los Angeles Queens. I feel like New York Queens would have made more sense because, Queens is in New York.
Yeah, but LA Kings.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, all of these names they're all inspired by historic women who have done things in, New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Boston. So they aren't just names they pulled out of a hat. Like, these have historic meaning behind each of them. Like the Boston Hunters were named after Harriet Hunt, who was the first woman to go to Harvard Medical School. She established a successful practice in the United States. Like, she opened the doors for generations of women. Lizzie Murphy, who is known as the Queen of the Diamond, was from Los Angeles, and she was the first woman to play against major leaguers. San Francisco Firebells, you have Lily Hitchcock Coit, who was known as Firebell. She was a volunteer firefighter, and she was a benefactor of the iconic Coit Tower. New York Heights, and it's not named because, we have, skyscrapers in New York. The New York Heights are inspired by Dorothy Height, who was a civil rights and women's rights leader in New York. So, like, these all have historic meanings behind all of these, and I don't know if you got a chance to see the uniform drops or anything, but the uniforms and the hats are absolutely gorgeous. I actually ordered a couple of hats as soon as they dropped them because they're awesome. And
I get most of my baseball merch and team name discussion from you. So if you didn't send it to me, I haven't seen it yet. But
that's fair.
I'll be excited to check out the logos. How many hats you're working with? Just the baseball teams.
I don't want to answer that question.
we left the baker's dozen behind a long time ago. So let's get into real numbers here. 40?
I mean, we're probably pushing 60.
Woohoo! I love it.
Man, I love minor league
That's
baseball.
a cool hat or a cool hobby. I'm down. Yeah, that's baseball's your thing, and
It is.
I think it's awesome when you see like a cool AAA team. You're like, yep, getting that hat.
When you see Wyatt going to the Golden State Pinball Festival and he's wearing his Portland Bean Suppas hat.
He was
Yeah.
indeed.
Although, sadly, that hat is still out in California because I accidentally left it in the rental car.
No, I didn't know this. Oh.
Yeah, I realized that when I got home. I'm not too worried about it. At some point, I'll pick up a new one, but it was kind of disappointing when I got on the plane, or I got off the plane, and it was like, where's my hat? And I was like, oh, no! And yeah, it 100% was...
I do like the idea of some local in Lodi now walking around with a Bean
Yep.
Suppas hat on all the time, though.
You know what? If I made a new Bean Suppas fan because they got a cool hat, then I guess that was the price that I'd pay for that.
Maybe it's one of the wild buffet regulars. You don't know. You could be honored that they wear your hat.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the Women's Pro Baseball League. It starts August 1st. I believe all the games are going to be on YouTube free, which is pretty awesome.
It's kind of weird that they're playing all the games here, but we don't have a team.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Chicago didn't have a team. I know after this season, there's already been talk about expanding it to a couple more teams, which makes sense. And I'm sure Chicago is going to be...
Don't forget Chicago. How about Springfield,
Yeah, but they're trying to... I don't know if these teams are actually... I don't think the Boston team's going to be playing in Boston. I think they're being named after the local, metro area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my guess is it would probably still be called the Chicago XYZ, unless they want to. I don't know if the Rockford Peaches are doing anything anymore, but maybe they just bring back the Rockford Peaches.
Come on, bring back the League of Your Own team. Yeah, we could have Lori Petty coach them. It'd be awesome.
There you go. But that also, I didn't have this written down, but I know I was talking about this yesterday, is I just found out yesterday that coming up soon is going to be the Women's World Cup for baseball. And one of the group stages is being played in Rockford, I believe, next week, which is way too soon for me to be able to come out there.
So you coming out?
If I would have known about this 3 or 4 months ago, 100% I'd be out there. I already have plans, which I'm hoping I'm going to be able to, is next year the World Cup finals are going to be played in Rockford. So I'm going to do my damnedest to be able to get out there next August, I think, to see some women's professional baseball. See the World Cup of women's professional baseball.
I tell you what, you come out here, we do some eating, and then a little mini road trip down there together.
What's that, probably a couple hours over there, maybe?
I will not guess. I
no
barely
idea.
know where I live. Man, I think it's like 2 hours away.
Yeah,
honestly, I shouldn't speculate because I'm an idiot, but yeah, it's reasonably close.
So I know we're working on kind of a short timeline here.
Yeah, I got a hard out because I got to go get the boy from his gym day in this sweltering, disgusting, smoke-filled.
Totally fine. I just wanted to figure out what we're gonna do here, and I created a game for you, and I feel like you had fun the last time we did this. So
I had so much fun the last time. With the thing where you asked me if the teams were real or fake, I had the best time ever.
Yeah, so I kind of put something together this week, and let me make sure I can find.
Look at you doing pre-production work.
Yeah, I do what I can.
Yeah.
So, how about we do some trivia? I'm sure you probably have to go pee because we're getting somewhat close to that time. And then maybe
you're not ever wrong about it. I just like to fight you on it sometimes.
And then maybe we hop into some Backlog Buster Brothers. So, I originally thought I was going to give you some hot dog trivia because we just passed National Hot Dog Day, and I figured, hey, what the hell?
We did.
Let's ask some hot dog questions. And I decided, you know what? I don't think so, because we're a pretty ice cream heavy episode today. So let's do some ice cream trivia, a subject that's near and dear, very close to my heart. So I've got 5 questions for you. I've got 2 true or false and 3 multiple choice questions. And what do you want to call a pass on this? Do you want to call it 3 out of 5, or do you want to challenge yourself?
Well, you tell me, man. You're proctoring the exam. I don't know what you're about to ask me.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I thought you were going to do a lot worse on the baseball one than you did. So let's just, we'll go over half. So let's say 3 out of 5.
I'm the walrus.
3 out of 5 you win. Let's go with that. All right, let's start with, and you can play along at home, and you can tell me if you got them all right, and you're probably going to cheat and say you did anyways, so whatever. So here's a fun one. I think they're all fun, but 4 options here, Nick. Which of these flavors has never been a Ben & Jerry's flavor?
Oh, I'm getting multiple choice? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You got 3 multiple choice and 2 true and false. Two
all right.
true or false. I'm not going to make you pull any answers out of thin air because I figured, where's the fun in that?
Well, maybe if you got bonus material. Let's go. All right.
Yeah. All right.
What's not from Ben & Jerry's?
A, I'm just going to give you the names, and then after, we'll do whatever. So A, Bovinity Divinity. B, Sweaty Balls. C, The Fig is Up. Or D, for Monty Python. Which one of these has never been a flavor?
Oh dear. Okay. I know that Sweaty Balls was a limited time release. I remember it happening. So I want to put that aside and go.
So Bovinity Divinity, The Fig is Up, or Vermonty Python.
I'm pretty confident I can remember a Monty Python related pint, but maybe I'm imagining it. I'm gonna go with Fig and just guess. I'm gonna say Fig.
You are correct, sir.
Yes!
The Fig is Up was my option. So Bovinity Divinity was a milk chocolate ice cream with white fudge cows swirled with white chocolate ice cream and dark fudge cows.
I thought you might have been trying to trick me up there because, cows and Ben & Jerry is like their whole identity and branding. So like that would be too easy, but no.
That's why I was trying to make it easy and hard at the same time. So Sweaty Balls was a vanilla ice cream with a hint of rum and loaded with fudge-covered rum and malt balls. The Fig is Up is an ice cream that I will probably make with fig and vanilla, because that actually sounds pretty good.
I think if you just threw a shitload of Fig Newtons into a thing of ice cream and swirled it, it would be good as hell.
I think it'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Vermonty Python, which was coffee liqueur ice cream with chocolate cookie crumb swirl and fudge cows.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good, but that's a lot of things going on there once you get... I like coffee ice cream, too.
Yeah, I don't know how that one works.
1 for 1, baby. Let's go.
All right, we are 1 for 1. Let's go number 2. This is another multiple choice question.
Hit me.
According to a 2026 survey done by the IDFA, which is the International Dairy Foods Association, which of these flavors was the second favorite flavor of respondents? So, not the first favorite, but the second favorite.
Right.
Here are your options. A, chocolate. B, butter pecan. C, vanilla. Or D, cookies and cream.
I'm taking cookies and cream off the list immediately. And obviously the instinct would be to lean towards which is number 1, chocolate or vanilla.
Right.
And
this is, remember, it's a second
it's for number 2,
flavor.
And I want to say, because I don't care for butter pecan, but I remember at some point reading that it's a lot more popular than I would have assumed just because I never order it. So I'm going to take a risk here and say butter pecan.
You are correct, Nick.
Yes!
2 for 2.
Fucking know it!
What do you think the number 1 flavor was?
Chocolate.
It was chocolate. Number 2 was butter pecan. I think number 3 was vanilla. Number 4 was cookies and cream. And I think number 5 was salted caramel.
Wow, cookies and cream that high on the list. I mean, I can see it for sure, but I don't know if strawberry
like
can't even get a
Oreos
place in the top 5, huh?
Nope.
Yeah, classics are out.
All right.
You got 2 for 2.
Give you your first true or false question. If you get this right, you've won and everything's gravy.
Yep,
but we're still obviously going to finish because I spent a lot of time writing these. So. All right. True or false? Dairy Queen released a video game for the Nintendo Wii.
That's devious, man. Because the Wii had more shovelware on it than any other system ever, and everybody wanted
a lot of products.
Everybody wanted in. You had the BK doing their thing in the same generation with the
Mhm.
Xbox and the King games.
McDonald's has a long history of putting video games out.
You just said that, Wyatt. It makes me feel like you want me to say that they did it. Dairy Queen did not release a Wii game.
They did not, but Cold Stone Creamery did.
Interesting.
So I was just going to go straight up, did Cold Stone Creamery release one? But I figured, you know what? Let's try and throw a little bit of a curveball here and name a different ice cream shop. So nice job, Nick. You have won. So now you're just going to try and take a victory lap and see if you can finish this 100%.
Well, you can bump up the passing score now if you want to. I'm that confident. This is how good I am at ice cream. I didn't know I was going to be, but apparently I'm awesome at it.
All right, let's go to question 4. This is your final multiple choice question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure this is probably the easiest question, but we'll see. So, your question is,
Mm-hmm.
what is Wyatt's favorite ice cream treat?
Oh, dear God.
We're putting a little bit of the newlywed game in here, too. See how well you know your partner here. Is it?
It's terrible.
I know.
Thank God it's multiple choice, though.
Is it A?
Is it yes? Is the answer yes?
You'll see what the choices are. Is it A, a banana split? Is it B, a blizzard? Which, if you're unfamiliar, is soft serve
Dairy
ice cream
Queen treat.
with,
Yeah.
Other places call them different things, but they cannot legally call blizzards.
McFlurry.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Is it C, a frap/milkshake? Or is it D, an ice cream sandwich with homemade chocolate chip cookies?
That's wrong, Wyatt. You can't do that. You can't just say a chipwich. That's got to be your amazing cookies. So I know that
I didn't say they were mine.
Delectable.
I just said homemade.
Okay,
well,
I know that you have an excellent cookie palate. So obviously you're not going to be making it with shit cookies, are you?
If you need to hear them again, I'm happy to tell you them again.
You do love you a milkshake. And more often than not, despite you sending plenty of general ice cream pictures, you're more likely to highlight the fact that you got to have a milkshake and or frap. I am going with that as my answer. Final answer. Milkshake.
You know your partner, buddy.
Yes!
Good job. I definitely threw the chocolate chip cookie witch in there as a red herring, hoping that maybe it would draw you off the set.
You caught me. Yeah, but I sniffed you out. I
you
know
did.
What's up.
You're pretty good. I think you've definitely done better than you did the ball one. So let's hurry through here because
are we going for a hundo? That's good.
Yeah. Last one. True or false?
Bat 1,000.
It is illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your shirt pocket in New York State.
I'm picturing the book, whatever it was called, The Crazy Old Laws of Crazy Old New York, or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But you want me to say yes. I know you want me to say yes. This is the wildest thing ever. Yes, it's illegal. I'll risk it.
You should have gone with your gut, buddy. However, so this was also kind of a trick question, but not really.
Okay, hit me.
It is illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your rear pants pocket in New York State. And do you know why?
It's more than dogs that are walking can resist. I don't know.
You're actually on the right track. So apparently horse thieves used to put ice cream cones in their back pocket to try to lure horses to go with them.
That's one of those laws where it's like, well, it had to come about because of something.
It's a law for a reason.
Yeah, well, it's like when they come on the loudspeaker at Walmart and they're like, hey, are your kids with you or are they left in the car? Take a break and go check. It's like, well, that's happened before.
That's happened too many times that you
Yeah.
have an announcement. So, Nick, I'm proud of you. That last one was a hard one. That was the hardest one. I figured I'd leave it for last. You got 4 out of 5, a nice 80%. And if you would have gone with your gut, you would have went 5 out of 5.
I will get revenge on you.
Oh, dear.
All right, why don't we... I know you got to go hit the little boys' room. Go do that.
That's all right.
We will hop into Backlog Buster Brothers.
I will be right back.
Today, wrestling fans, we're talking with U.S. Heavyweight Wrestling Champion Dusty Rhodes.
The American Dream and his new thirst-quenching partner, Mellow Yellow.
Mellow Yellow, Dusty?
Yeah, baby, you know Mellow Yellow's got that fine citrus taste. And ooh, it'll beat that Mountain Dew every time in that taste test match.
There you have it. The new tag team champions, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and great-tasting Mellow Yellow.
Woo, the winning taste. The winning taste.
And we're back. I'm sure Nick has put in a super awesome commercial in there, or who knows?
Come on down to Dusty Rhodes title and loan, baby.
You got some good Dusty Rhodes.
Was it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, mine sucks, so it was no
Wyatt.
worse than mine.
Oh, Wyatt. I just had the best idea for an audience participation fun game at Really Rad Weekend.
Everyone does their best Dusty Rhodes impression,
Yeah.
and someone wins a handheld.
Yeah, I can bring a handheld and we'll auction off to the best Dusty Rhodes impersonator.
You know, that's not a bad idea.
It's not the worst thing I've ever thought of.
So before we get into Backlog Buster Brothers, I want to give some breaking news right now that just came across my email, and I feel like it works for this episode.
Okay.
So I just got an email from Ben and Jerry, both of them, because I'm a VIP. They care about what I think.
Yeah, they're both
And-
alive too.
Yeah, they let me know that they've just released a new flavor.
KSS though.
It is called Raz Up. It is a black raspberry ice cream with raspberry swirls and all new crackling fudge chunks.
From what I do know of my co-host, that's directly in your wheelhouse, is it not?
It's pretty great. It looks like it's coming out on August 1st. So I really wish we were sponsored by Ben & Jerry's. This really sounds like a sponsored read right now, and maybe they'll have to sponsor us. But it's coming out August 1st. WPBL starts August 1st. Why don't you go pick yourself out a pint of Raz Up and watch some women's baseball?
I agree with the watching baseball part, but I'll say this. Ben & Jerry's, if you want me, you'll have to pay me. Until then, I'm sticking with my Comet frozen custard in the area, but I'll be more than happy to sell my soul and my opinion to you nice folk if you want to send me ice cream.
You know what? I need to get you out here and bring you to the Ben & Jerry's factory.
I've always wanted to go. I do.
You gotta go.
It's one of those things you got to do once, right?
Oh, yeah. I will do it twice. If you come out here and visit, I will take you to the Ben & Jerry's factory.
And then you have to try and eat the 7-pound sundae or whatever.
I mean, if you want to, I guess we kind of have to now at this point.
So they have a vomitorium on the facility.
It's wherever you want it to be, bud.
That's the trash can they just wheel up next to you while you're doing it.
Yeah. All right, let's hit that music for Backlog Buster Brothers.
Let's go.
Nicholas,
Yes, sir.
we got to watch one of my favorite documentaries of all time, and I've realized that we're pretty staunch documentary advocates here.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that that we talk a lot about them.
I just thought about that right now. I mean, Dark Side of the Ring, it's a documentary. You know, we've watched
Stories behind the stories, man. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let me
So-
hang on. I can bring us in. We watched.
Ice cream. It may be the best thing on earth. Oh, it's fattening and fatty, but it's an amazingly satisfying food that makes almost everybody happy.
That is correct, Rick Seaback. And if you grew up in the 90s, you probably recognize that voice as your favorite PBS food maker documentary guy. And that's
every
what we watched.
documentary guy, really.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, New England. Yeah. It's,
we watched an ice cream show from 1996, sticking with our theme of the month.
Mhm.
Movies, shows, and games from the year of 1996. And I've seen this before. I know you have. So, it's a little bit cheating, but it's probably been 10 years since I have. And, my uncle's in this. So I think it's okay.
Yeah, well, I haven't. I have seen it, but it was airing on PBS at the time, and we're talking probably a good 25 years ago. So it's funny though. There were bits and pieces that I remembered, and one of the things when you brought this up that I think I brought up to you, it wasn't during the show, but Four Seas Ice Cream. You mentioned, oh, my uncle's place is in that documentary. And I think I said to you, is that the place where it was check vanilla for a good-looking girl just walked in, or check banana for a good-looking guy?
For a good-looking guy.
Yeah, I just thought that was great, and obviously it made an impression because I remembered it that many years later. But I think we both watched it last night, didn't we?
Yeah, yep. I popped it on last night. I just watched something, and it was getting a little bit late. Hadn't watched it yet. I'm like, you know what? This is the time. And I royally screwed myself because for once in my life, I had no ice cream in my house. So I'm watching an hour of ice cream content, delicious ice cream content, and I have nothing to just satisfy that hunger.
Yeah. God, that was your own fault. You should have planned ahead.
Oh, I know.
But,
I thought we had ice cream, and I looked in the freezer, and there wasn't any there.
I think one of the coolest parts about this, like you said, is the fact that it focuses on a place that your uncle owned, and it probably gets the nicest feature in the whole documentary, if I'm honest, and closes out the whole thing. And I think that they focus on your uncle a couple times throughout the whole thing, don't they?
Yeah, my uncle, Richard Warren, he sadly passed away in 2012, I believe.
We can hear from him right now if you want.
Drop Uncle Richard.
Here, yeah, all right.
Dick owns and runs a place on Cape Cod called Four Seas. It's a summer-only place. Dick makes all the ice cream here early in the morning.
The real bottom line in ice cream, I feel, is flavoring. And most people, if they sharpen their pencil a lot, they're not going to spend the money on flavoring as much because they're looking for profit. You know, and I'm not saying I'm not looking for profit, but I'm looking for a taste. In fact, I've always said we don't have fancy names for ice cream. We don't call it chocolatey chocolate or vanilla bean or cookie gookie or whatever. If you can't tell it's chocolate when you taste it's chocolate here, then there's something missing.
That's Richard Warren right there. No hooky gookie from your uncle there, Wyatt. I love it. What a guy. I love it.
That guy was awesome. He was actually a pretty big deal in ice cream. He obviously owned Four Seas Ice Cream, which won many awards, national awards for being, you know, a great ice cream place.
Mm-hmm.
He co-wrote the Complete Idiot's Guide to Making Ice Cream. So if you ever see that at a library sale, make sure you pick that up.
Dude, I didn't get to it today, but guess what I'm doing at 6:30 tonight? Set up for the library sale this weekend, so I'm going to be
see if
shopping.
you can find the Complete Idiot's Guide to Ice Cream.
Okay, not ice cream for dummies though.
No,
People,
the Complete
right?
Idiot's Guide.
Yeah.
But yeah, he taught. I believe his class was called Ice Cream Entrepreneurship at Penn State and the University of Florida. Like this guy, actually, he was ice cream. That's probably where my love comes from. Is being a small little tyke down in Centerville, Mass, and sitting up on one of the counters and slapping stickers onto the pints of ice cream. Core memory I still have.
I mean, there's not a much bigger dream as a kid than having a relative that owns an ice cream shop. That had to be pretty amazing.
It was great. I remember going down with my parents, and anytime we would go to visit, we'd come home we'd go pick up, I don't know why we had to do it, but we'd get, you know, like a big styrofoam cooler, and they would just load us up with ice cream and send us home. It was so nice. As
they did to the Kennedys, as we said.
Yeah, that was also a big part. He was very proud that he was basically the official ice cream of the Kennedys. Jacqueline used to come in, and
he was the ice cream plug. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a funny little story too. How she would come in, but she never had cash on her, so she would make the Secret Service agent pay.
Fucking rich people, man, never have their own money.
But
no, I think it showed in the clip though. At some point, she had written him a check because he had $50 worth of ice cream signed by Jackie Onassis.
Yeah, and mind you, I believe this documentary was filmed in 95. It came out in 96, but I would imagine it was probably filmed the year before.
Sure.
A large ice cream at Four Seas Ice Cream, according to the video then, it was like $2.08. And they spent $50 on ice cream, so...
I think there was a lot of gallons of peach going back up to Nantucket or wherever they were.
Yep. Yeah, no, she loved her peach ice cream, but not to make this the Dick Warren ice cream show because there was a lot more
It's our
stuff
show.
about it. But it was a lot of fun. It was really cool to see him. He was an awesome guy. That guy did so much stuff like at the end of his life that would blow you away. I mean, I think he went skydiving at 70. He learned how to rollerblade in his late 60s.
Hell yeah.
Every morning he used to swim a mile out on Craigsville Beach in Centerville, Mass.
Well, you got to do something to stave off the ice cream.
Yeah. I mean, he was a big dude. I don't mean fat, but he was a big built dude.
Mm-hmm.
So
solid.
Yes, as you could still kind of see in the video. I mean, he was probably, I was doing the math, and he was actually younger than I thought there, because that was 95, and he died at 72. So he was probably, what, 50s, maybe?
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah.
late 40s, early 50s. And, we aged differently back then, I think, so.
It hits me more every day. I mean, I know everybody says that, you don't think of yourself as being that old when you hit that age, but people look different than they used to. People used to age much quicker. We smoked everywhere, and everyone smoked, so that didn't help anything.
Well,
Plus, lead and all sorts of fun stuff.
We're also pumped full of preservatives now, so that
Yeah,
probably...
that's true. Yeah.
all the food we're eating, I think it's kind of...
That's all the
keeping
bovine
that
growth
youth.
hormone I ate as a kid that got me to this size.
But I really enjoyed, aside from just the, 4Cs aspect of it, like, it was a really fun watch. I know we don't have to get into it, we can talk about it next week, but I know you also watched the hot dog show too, and like this style of documentary.
It was hot dog day.
Yeah, this style of documentary, the Rick Seaback, it's just fun. I mean, he goes to 5 or 6 different ice cream locations, talks about the history. My favorite part, and I think we talked about it a little last night, was when he goes to the ice cream scoopers convention and just seeing the people at the ice cream scooping convention. And what was it?
Passionate folk.
The one guy from London who takes a trip to the United States for business every year, and he makes sure that it lines up to when the ice cream scooping convention is. It was just, I mean, it takes all kinds of people, and it's just really funny.
Oh, that's no different than the guy that I met last year at Pin Expo that arranges his business trip around the tournament. So there you go.
There's fans for everything. It's just fun. Like, you don't necessarily think like there's going to be a large enough interest in people collecting all kinds of ice cream scoops. And there are lots of different kinds of ice cream scoops.
Well, they showed the ones that your uncle used for a certain type of scoop, where it was like actually a cone scooper versus just kind of a rounded. And that was really cool. And they said, I'm sure they're all gone by now, but they said they couldn't hold on to them because they kept breaking, 40 years old or whatever, and nobody makes them anymore.
Yep. So... what did you, as an outsider in the ice cream world, because I'm a bigwig on the inside, what did you think about this documentary overall?
It was brilliant. I mean, it's aged. Stuff has moved on a little bit. Like, I thought when they were doing at the tasting panel at the ice cream convention, it was all pretty tame stuff by today's standards. They're like, this one is baked sweet potato with marshmallow, and people are like, oh my god, and ice cream? Like, that wouldn't even blow anybody's skirt up these days. They'd be like, yeah, that makes enough sense. Past that is great. It's fantastic. And like I said, I watched the hot dog one too, just because why not? Man, if these Rick Seaback documentaries didn't exist, is there a Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives? Would there have been a Hamburger America? Like, they kind of developed the way that you produce one of those things. Yeah, the interview in the diner, talking to the person eating that thing that they're famous for. It's that format. He kind of nailed it, and I hope he gets his due for it.
Me too. So for anyone that's interested in watching this, it's actually up on Internet Archive. If I'm smart enough to remember, I will link it in the description for the episode this week. It's a little under an hour long. I think anyone that has any passing interest in ice cream or documentaries or food,
I would imagine you should be able to probably stream them for free from your local PBS affiliate, and if not, your library canopy or what have you streaming subscription that you can get for free from your local library will likely have it as well.
Guess that's also true. Yeah, try to go through the legal channels to. Although Internet Archive's kind of that weird gray area where I think I'm okay with it because it acts like a digital library for...
It does, and we watched a rip of this from the PBS VHS home video, so it's not like it's still for sale and we're screwing over people, that want to donate to PBS or something.
It was made possible by viewers like us. So
that's right. I didn't even ask for a tote bag.
But I don't know. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like you said, it was 30 years ago that this was made, 1996. But seeing the story behind the ice cream shop in Philadelphia that supposedly is like the first major. Are you playing the? Oh, is that your alarm going off in the background?
Yeah, we're good. I got time. We're not done yet.
I thought you were trying to play a drop from the Philadelphia ice cream shop. So I'm like, oh.
No, it's my phone telling me don't forget about your son because you've done that before.
But yeah, I think it started off with the ice cream shop in Philadelphia and seeing how, they serve their ice cream. They serve it on a dish with a flat scoop.
Yeah,
And
that was very counter service 1950s type of thing, and that was cool too because they're like, if you ask for a scoop, you're not going to get as much, but if you get a dish, you get this
Yep.
giant drywall knife worth of ice cream kind of thing.
It's really cool to see, and it's with any type of food. The food was different compared. They looked at a place in San Francisco. They looked at the place on the Cape. They talked about Howard Johnson's a little bit, which started in the Boston area. They talked, the people at the Philadelphia ice cream shop, and just seeing how things evolve based on where it is. Like
Well, that's why I brought up Hamburger America and like shows like Triple D, regionally specific interpretations of the same thing and how they just grow up different. It's cool.
I would really like to try. I can't remember what the name of her ice cream shop is, and hopefully it's still there. But the woman out in San Francisco that had the rose petal ice cream, like that.
Yeah, that's that really famous place. I can't remember it either.
Yep.
They also have stuff like they have like durian. Bourdain went there way back in the day.
And the roses something Robin Roses.
Everybody watch the documentary and you can find out. It's still open.
I was gonna say too, there was the place, I think I talked about it in our group chat last night, and of course I'm not gonna be able to dig back into it fast enough, but there's a place in Panama City which is close enough to where Really Rad Weekend was, and I was going to say, oh man, we should go stop there on our way out, and then I saw that they no longer exist, and now it's like a fried chicken place.
I totally.
But if we want to get some fried chicken, if the fried chicken place is still there, we might be able to go get that.
Well, we got an hour drive. We might as well pick up some chicken to destroy the rental car with.
I mean, the seats are better than napkins, right?
Well, yeah, that's why you get cloth. It's absorbent. Duh.
And then it can smell like fried chicken the whole time.
Yeah. So Wyatt, I did want to mention that I have been still chipping away at old Mario 64 since I didn't finish that within inside of a week. I'm loving the fact, and again, I was ignorant to this because I never really played it. I didn't realize, I guess, that's where the concept of kind of reusing the same level over and over again to find stars in different ways that are really clever came from.
Oh, because you've played Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
And have you played Sunshine?
Again, briefly, but
okay. Well, just saying. So, but
the opening.
You've played the other Mario games where you see where this evolved from.
Yeah, it's just it kind of evolved into, you look at something like Bowser's Fury, where it's just one singular kind of larger overarching level, but little nooks and crannies where you have to find the secrets kind of thing. And it's amazing to me how well that was implemented this early on. And just kudos. It's just fun. I like just picking up my Odin after dinner kind of thing, grabbing a star or two and then putting it back down. And I'll be back for it again tomorrow. And that's all it needs to be. And it's a fantastic game. So thank you for the assignment there. And I have a joint exploration assignment that I thought might be fun for our topic this week, if you're up for it.
I think so, and I think we talked a little bit about this earlier, but I'm kind of liking the whole joint assignment thing. I think it's a little bit better when we're able to kind of riff off each other. It's fresh in both of our minds.
Wholly agreed, versus, like, I pretty much remember this thing from 25 years ago, and I loved it, but you watch it new and fresh and then tell me about it. Yeah, maybe
and I will pipe
helpful.
in once every 5 minutes and go, yeah I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
All right, so hit me. What do we got? Is it a movie or a game?
Oh, we're going to do a game, but if you have any movies that you want to watch, I'm all for extra assignments. As we do have a little bit of extra time before recording again next week, but I thought it would be fun. I did play this back in the day, but I will be coming back to it probably for the first time in 30 years, and I don't believe you had said that you had tried it. Have you ever played Toe Ball Number 1 on the PlayStation?
That is a fighting game, right?
Yes and no. Yes,
I think I can picture the cover, but I don't think I've ever played it. No.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I just looked up the cover. I've seen this at like Blockbuster, but I've never rented it or anything.
Yeah, so this was actually a SquareSoft game, or published by SquareSoft, and the designer is, I'm gonna butcher the name, Seiichi Ishii, who worked on Virtua Fighter and Tekken, and
okay.
There's also Akira Toriyama. Yeah, so I know him.
Chrono Trigger fame.
Mm-hmm. And they worked together to create this. And it's a fighting game, but it also includes an entire dungeon crawler campaign. You can choose which version you'd like to play, but it's got kind of a light RPG in it too. It was a very experimental game, and because of it, very cool. Unfortunately, it got overshadowed because more people were interested in the demo for Final Fantasy VII that came with it versus the actual game. But one of the really interesting things about this game too was its extremely limited use of textures. So the character designs kind of lend themselves to these flat surfaces and colors, but it works in the art style and allows the game to run at 60 frames per second on PlayStation, which was pretty unheard of at the time. So that'll be something for us to report back with. If you have any movies for 1996 that you'd like me to watch in the next week, I'm down.
Off the top of my head, I don't have anything.
Well, I'll tell you what. I actually I found out you can just narrow the Plex selection down by the year. So I'm gonna pick
I did
something
that.
else random. Oh, good, you did too. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe we'll both come back with a 1996 thing to discuss. I think that's how I ended up watching Independence Day too. But I will be getting charged money and have a very upset child with me if I don't leave here in about 5 minutes.
I think we did a good job of keeping it pretty tight here. We wanted to, get you out here early, and I think we did a pretty good job. So why don't we say thank you to everyone for listening to us, and
thank you to our Patreon subscribers, be it pay or free. If you are listening and would like to get a regular update when we release new episodes, you can sign up for free at Patreon, or if you'd like to donate, you can get episodes 3 days early and all sorts of fun blogs and giveaway
vote
access.
for our monthly subjects.
Yes. Oh, yes, you can determine what we play and watch. Maybe we should even get into letting the audience pick an assignment or two in the upcoming episodes. That'll be a lot of fun.
Well, you know what? We haven't figured it out. We don't have it yet, but maybe someday we will.
And on that note, good sir, then I will go pick up my son. I will wish you a very good vacation. And
wish me luck. The old girl needs to make it up and back.
The van did great last time. I have nothing but faith.
All right, bud. Nice hanging out with you. Thanks for listening, everyone. We will talk to you next week.
Have a good one, buddy.
You too, bud.
See ya.
Bye-bye.